Okay, so the thing that we mentioned right at the start that sets observable apart, one of the things that sets observable apart is this idea of asynchronicity. So let's build a generator function that sort of demonstrates that. So let's build interval. This is like a temporal sequence. So all of our sequences up to now have just been based around a counter that increments. Okay, so you get a sequence that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like counting. But there is another sort of dimension to sequences, which is time. So you can imagine that perhaps your sequence isn't actually time; it's prime numbers. And they might start coming at you really quickly, but they're going to slow down over time. When you're in a pool situation, what do? You just have to sit there blocking, which is maybe not ideal. It certainly isn't ideal in the UI. You want to get called back when the next value, or the next prime number has been calculated and it's available, something like that perhaps. We can also, did I type this in that place? So, observer, sorry, let's type this again so it's clear what's going on. In this case, we're going to define a temporal sequence, and its defining factor is just the fact that it's going to give me my next value after the time span that is specified as a parameter. So it's going to be like chunk, chunk, chunk. But what's interesting is the calling side is not going to be blocked by that. It's just going to be notified when the next value is available. Yes. Okay. Observer into turn observable. So again, this thing is really the way to look at that is that this is the code that will run when somebody subscribes, when somebody says, right, from now on I'm interested in you, observable. On the flip side, you're like, okay, observer, this is what I'm going to do to you. So in this case, what we're going to do is we'll start a counter. We love counters. But the other thing we're going to do is start a timer. And I'm going to call back a state, which we don't really care about. But we do want to do something in the callback. We want to say, observer, guess what, you lucky guy, you've got another value, which is I plus plus. And when is that thing due? That thing is due at timespan dot total milliseconds as an integer. That's a lovely signature, isn't it? This timer stuff. And that's it. So let's see what that looks like. This is very annoying. So we're not going to range anymore. That's fairly dull. Interval time span dot from seconds 1 for each right line. Any key you to exit. So see, we have not blocked there at all. But what we have done is generated a temporal sequence and we've specified a callback. Right? So the callback being, okay, Mr. Observable, I want to observe your values as you generate them over time. When you generate one, do this thing. And the do this thing is encoded here in the for each.